live. That's TFNN, the Money Masters. And now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you being with us. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend, and, of course, let's make it a great week. Market-wise, we get the Dow off 105, NASDAQ off 21, S&Ps are off 11. You get gold flat, silver is down 13, platinum's up 10. You have bonds up 21, and King Dollar is on his way, man.
Absolutely.
What's happening, brother? How you been?
It's been great.
Yeah?
Missed you Friday.
You had a false breakout Friday.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, which is nice.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, it's going to get interesting here because that's how you...
There's some huge volume coming in at the close. You know, in that last 10 minutes, you just went around everywhere, and there was just, that's where the volume... You had volume at the open.
Yeah.
During the first 30 minutes, there was some decent volume.
Right.
The rest of the day, was nothing.
No.
And then, the last 30 minutes was...
they brought it right up, didn't they?
Yeah.
No, I know.
Distribution,
Wow.
Going on big time.
And, what we had out here this morning, folks, is Merkel told him to go take a hike.
Yeah.
Basically, what you had is that Merkel turned around and said, listen, no, this thing's not going to be fixed next weekend.
Yeah.
And the market said, no, you got to fix it. Hey, you got to tell them you got to fix it right now. And she's saying that, no, we're not going to fix it right now because we're not going to allow the banks to write off the debt right now because then they'll be all broke.
Yeah. It was interesting to watch the news, the way that it was being reported, at least in the stories that I was following on my phone, if you will.
Yes,
every now and then I just punch in just to see what was written, on Bloomberg, if you will.
Right.
And just the way that it was written was kind of like, it was as if, you had this outside pressure. This is what, right? This outside pressure that was going on.
Oh, you got to bring them in, man.
Yeah.
They need that money coming in here.
But not like we were talking, okay? It's really, it is wild how this works, but it's really the charts and the patterns that were being synergistic that were actually signaling to us something like that, okay?
Which is insane.
Yeah.
And, folks, it is insane, because that's what Steve and I were just talking about. It's like, okay, hold it. You come into a swing point, no juice, no conviction. The big money's just pushing it out to everyone else, okay?
Absolutely.
And it's like, well, how does this work? Well, none of us know, but what we do know is that it's consistent, and it's insane. Now, that's on a technical basis.
Yes.
Check this out on a fundamental basis. Okay, so this is important to understand, folks. You have the Occupy Wall Street everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, those people know that they're mad, and they should be mad, and a lot of them don't know what they're mad about. Okay, and they got to get that message, created. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just show you one aspect of that. What I think they're mad about, and they don't understand it, and I'm sure that as I walk you through this, if you want to see how soft money, how accounting standards have come into the market and make it basically a market that is hard to read if you don't understand how certain things take place.
Okay.
Citigroup.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Citigroup today, folks, came out with their numbers,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So check out these numbers, okay? So when you pull up your headline deal, okay, Citigroup, bottom line came in way over the estimate, okay? They blew away the numbers.
Okay.
Okay. Now, they blew away the numbers, and what they did is that they're allowed to do this, okay? This is where the transparency, though, is insane.
Yeah.
They came in with a $1.9 billion profit over and above what everyone thought it was going to be.
Okay.
But watch how this profit gets done.
Yeah.
Okay? It's called a credit valuation model, folks, okay? And the way it works is this, is that let's say that we're Citigroup, right?
Yes.
We've sent bonds out to the marketplace,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Those bonds, okay, have gone down on price.
Absolutely.
And they've gone down on price because we have no money, and we're going bankrupt.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Now, watch what they can do. Because they go down on price, even though we don't buy them back, because they'll take a model and say, okay, if we did buy them back, we would save this much money.
Yeah.
They can take that in as profit.
Yeah.
Now,
no, it's just booked profit. It's just line item profit. It's not cash flow profit, folks.
That's correct.
Okay?
That's correct.
It's just 2 accounting entries.
That's correct. Yeah. And this is the sickest part about it, though, is that the most successful numbers, earnings-wise, would be someone that's just going bankrupt.
That's right.
Because what would end up happening, folks, is that your bonds would go from 100 to 1, and you could book that as profit.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, it's sick.
Yeah.
It is absolutely sick.
No.
It's like so far over the top. It's like, give me a break, man. I mean, unfortunately, people are buying into it. Citigroup. So they anyway.
Well, they'll buy into it for a bit.
Oh, I'm with you, exactly. Until
the air gets let out of that tire.
Oh, let me tell you, 1.9. It just cracks me up. And see, the key is, folks, that number one, most of the time, none of these companies buy that bond back anyway because they don't have the money to buy it back. So
that's right.
You could take Enron. Enron was a perfect situation.
Yeah.
The profits that were coming on Enron for the exact same type of accounting were explosive.
Right.
More bonds went down, more money they made.
Yeah. No question about it. And
sick.
I used to originally be just a fundamental trader.
Right.
So me being able to actually go into
you understood that,
their SEC filings and reading them was really an easy exercise. Maybe boring, but the reality was I found that if you actually read their MD&As, if you read their 10Ks or 10Qs, you could get a lot of information out as to what was going on, either accounting-wise. Funny entries, if you will.
Right.
Just simply, you could get a pretty good feel. Well, when it came to the banks, I tried doing this. You remember, I tried doing this maybe about 3-4 months ago.
Right.
Going through their filings is really difficult.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to be so focused to read through their maze that you just get to a point where you're just frustrated.
Yeah.
And they said, Dana, I said, the heck with that exercise. I did it. I want to do it for a real reason.
I agree.
For myself, for us, for our clients.
That's right.
And I just said, the heck with reading through their stuff.
Right. Absolutely. So overseas right now, the good old DAX is that I think Merkel and the DAX, she's given the wind to the sails.
She is. If there can be, as I was describing to folks, that, so it looks like today there's going to be a bearish engulfing right here at the top, after testing the highs for the last 4 days. And the area that we really want to watch going into the close at 11:30 is that if it finishes below 58.51, and you're at 58.75 right now, and you traded so far as low as 58.56, so it's really doable here. You do that, you've just engulfed the last 3 candles, which is an even more bearish sign.
Right.
That doesn't have to be, but it's a much more bearish sign when you can engulf more than 1 candle.
Oh, big time.
On the way back there. So
particularly at these levels.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, well, where you've been, it's been trying to bust through to that swing point.
Yeah.
The last 4 trading sessions, including today's trading session. You've got the S&P that has done, in essence, done the same thing. And so you've got synergy going around the world. So, but we know the DAX is the one that has really provided us with a ton of information.
Oh, it has.
At the bottoms, at the tops, and so, this may be nothing more than just a continuation of this trading range that we're in.
Right.
Which is a great trading range, folks. I mean, the amount of, when you talk about whether you're buy and hold strategy or, or you're worried about going short or you don't really understand what that means, this is probably one of the best times to understand it because it's such a huge trading range that we're talking about here.
Big difference.
Yeah.
And Friday, so the DAX had 185 million going into 314.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
And particularly all the you just said the DAX closes underneath there, it's going to be like, okay, now we get game down the other side. Now, what's going to get really wild, of course, is that we get option expiration on Friday. But what is intriguing, and this is what we're going to have to watch a lot more in the future, is that when Don Kaufman's talking, there's so many weekly options now.
Yeah.
Is that these guys, they know option expirations every week now.
Right.
They're throwing in it that heavy, which I believe what you'll end up start seeing, folks, is that the volatility stays there, of course, but the option expiration, monthly option expiration, won't have as dramatic impact.
Yeah.
You know, because if it just makes sense. I mean, if you can trade them every week, what's the difference? The difference is going to be pretty dramatic. And you can see one of our big option players, and they love weekly options. So if the option players go with that, well, that's where the name of the game is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I've seen the changes in the past 30 years, vehicle to vehicle to vehicle.
Right.
And once it starts happening, it happens very quickly. You know, because those are the ones that make the liquidity inside the market. You know?
Yeah.
So
lot of patterns over the.
What'd you do the weekend?
It was kind of cloudy and just worked really. Yeah.
I brought up a beautiful German Shepherd for my sister.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Which is really cool that you did that.
Yeah, it's so cool, folks. This dog, oh my God, incredible dog. And my sister and I, we grew up with German Shepherds anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
And it just happened that her dog died, and bottom line we got. And, oh, my God, bringing this dog up on the plane was a trip. And then I bring her to her house. And you picture this, folks. It's a
big dog.
It's a 4-year-old German Shepherd,
yeah.
Totally trained. When I say trained, I mean protection trained, executive trained, the whole ball of wax.
Big, strong, muscular dog.
Yeah. So listen to this. Not
a dog, but a dog.
Yeah. So I'm saying to my sister, you got to picture this. The dog is trained beyond belief. And I know because I've handled the dog, right?
Right.
And I very well can't go up there and handle the dog and show her that, put the dog on someone, right? You know what I mean? Because
exactly.
There's not a trainer there.
You better show video of that one.
Right. But picture, the dog is so loving that he'll jump up in your lap afterwards. So you get like an 80-pound Shepherd on your lap. And I'm saying to Colleen, I says, I'm telling you, honey, you got to understand what you have in your hand, right?
Yeah.
So I talked to her. That was Friday, so I'm up there the weekend because it was the twins' birthday, a year old, grandkids.
Cool.
So I talked to her Saturday, right, and she's just she says, this dog is so loving, it's just great, they're getting along great. I says, okay, perfect, but just remember what I said, right?
Yeah.
I get home last night, and the guy that I got the dog off, Orlando, right?
Right.
He calls me. He says, hey, Tom, I forgot to tell you. He says, you better tell your sister. No, you better tell your sister that the dog is Houdini, meaning that he can open gates, he can open doors, he can do all of that, right?
Okay.
So I called Colleen up 8 o'clock last night.
I called that's a trip.
I called up last night. I said, Colleen, Orlando just called me. He says, you get the dog's Houdini.
One thing I forgot to tell you.
Yeah. She says, I can't believe it. She said, I was in my backyard all day, right?
Yeah.
And I kept putting barrels in front of the doors and everything. He said, and the dog kept coming out in the front yard sitting beside her, right?
Oh, that's great. That's cool.
But then she says to me, so listen to this. This is wicked. She's walking the dog around Turner's Pond, which is up in Milton, right?
Okay.
And it's a great little pond, right?
Yeah.
And at that point, the dog hadn't barked, hadn't done anything, right?
Yeah.
And they're just kind of getting together.
Right.
Well, she's walking the dog, and a guy is fishing, right? And he has a hood on and a fishing pole, right? Oh, man, right? She says, I couldn't believe it. She says, all of a sudden, and I says, well, I'm glad it happened that way.
Yeah.
Versus you not understanding what you have in your hands.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
What happens to anything in your hand, of course.
Yeah.
But they're having a blast. So
that's good. That's good.
You stay right there, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We have the Dow off 107, NASDAQ down 23, S&P's off 11. Dollar's on its move. We're going to talk about that when we come back. Dollar's going back topside, folks. We're going to be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Is the fast-moving investment world challenging the way you think about managing risk and return? You don't have to go it alone. Directions Alternative Strategy Funds feature built-in tactical management to help you find clarity for the path ahead. Direction Funds. I'm with X. To learn more about Directions Alternative Strategy Funds, please visit TFNN.com and click on the Direction Funds banner or call 877-434-9363. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information about Direction Funds. The prospectus should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, go to directionfunds.com. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. The use of leverage by a mutual fund increases the risk to the fund. The more a fund invests in leverage instruments, the more leverage will magnify gains or losses on those investments. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's just wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service. TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We have the Dow down 125, NASDAQ down 25, S&P's off 13. And, okay, so the next big setup is the monster, right?
It is. It's the October 26th time frame.
And we're 17th now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really it's going to be a week from this coming Wednesday. In between on the 20th, there's a small lunar cycle that typically will have a small impact.
Right.
But we'll just have to see which way the market is really moving down. That October 26th is the key.
Is the number.
Yeah.
Is the number.
And look, if you're bullish in the market, what you'd actually really love to see here is you'd really love to see the market move down into that October 26th time frame.
Right. Right.
And
isn't that wild how that works? So you know.
And so what's interesting also is as I was reading some of the news over the weekend talking about Europe or what have you.
Yes.
I think one of their deadlines that they're trying, or one of the meetings that they've got set up, is October 23rd.
Yes.
So it's really all really right in that same time frame.
Right.
And on these planetary index dates, they don't have to hit right on the exact date,
right,
if you will. So right there. So I personally, I would prefer to see the markets move down, from here into that date, okay? Right. Because the reality is that if it sets up the other way and we move higher into that date,
right,
there's a likely chance that what we're going to set up is a real significant high for a time period to come.
Cool. Right.
Okay? And if we do that, there's going to be so many more people hurt than if we have a nice pullback here going into the 26th.
Right.
So I just think just simply be better for everybody.
Oh no, it is, and
either way, I'm going to play it.
But what I really dig about what you're saying is this: if folks can understand that, right, then their probability, and folks, this is without even looking at a chart.
Right.
If you just understand that concept, meaning then your probability that understanding that that markets never go up all the time or down all the time.
Right.
You really understand the aspect of trading and the aspect of what we're really doing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there's not because some people think that, hey, we want it to go down. That's not the case.
No.
I know that, but
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
No, that's right.
And this is what I've found is this.
Yeah.
I have absolutely found every single time that lows come in.
Yeah.
Right. Let me tell you something. What I found is that the bulls are running.
Oh, they are.
And I'm going in the market. And it's the sickest thing in the world. It's crazy.
Look, October 4th is perfect.
Yeah. No,
look, I can remember just like yesterday. Now, you made an absolute fantastic, call.
Listen, I know.
And you couldn't find anybody bullish around then. They were running all over the place.
Do you know what's sick? I met a guy that this weekend that was at the party.
Yeah.
That was listening to me March 9th of 2008, and was still long.
Okay,
and it was hilarious.
Okay,
I says, this is pretty cool. You know what I mean? Isn't that funny, though?
No,
you know what I mean? It's just crazy how it works. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
The dollar now, this is going to get interesting, because if we look at the dollar, we did over 50% retracement on the dollar.
Yeah.
So, that lines up, number one, we got 83 in the horizon. Well, we get 80 on the horizon, but if we get volume there, man, we're going to get some real action.
Yeah, big, powerful ABC up.
Yeah, and it looks, folks, the way that the dollar is set up right now, this could launch the next level right now. I mean, it just puffed up at 940. There's good volume there. It goes to the next level, and the dollar will be up there at a 78.25 in about a heartbeat.
Yeah, and how the dollar finishes this session is also important.
Yes.
I was talking to the folks about how all of a sudden, you can have the dollar having this, bullish engulfing pattern here on this retracement, and sets up a real strong move, as we're talking about. So it's pattern-wise, and if you're looking at Japanese candlesticks, it's setting up.
Right.
Everything, and pattern-wise, if you're just simply taking a look at the consolidation, testing the tops, with lighter volume.
That's right.
Setting up. And so, we don't have any certainty as far as where the market's going to go, but it is a great place to be able to put on your trades, and a great place to be able to, go short.
Well, no, I'm certain Apple's going to 500.
I'm certain it will too at some point. Actually, now, Apple could. This is going to be interesting to watch.
This is the one. This is the one. This is the only. Listen, the market's down $1.35. The S&Ps are off 13.
Yeah.
And Apple's still holding the S&Ps up.
Yeah.
Apple at this point. I mean, this is. There's no doubt. And let's see what day they're coming out with numbers. So they're coming out the 18th. They're coming out after the close tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. And, the bottom line is that, let's see, Apple's over its highs, I think.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
It's over its highs.
It's over its highs.
Yeah, and you get some good juice. You're at 6.4 million. You're going into 27.
Yeah.
It's like Apple's ruling the market once again.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to watch Apple long term, even though they've got products in the queue and so forth.
Oh, yeah.
Still without Steve.
Oh, listen, I
make
agree.
a difference.
Well, here. You stay right there, folks. We'll talk about what most of the time CEOs do when they're just coming in.
Yeah, okay.
Trash it all.
Yeah.
We're going to be right back, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, more than 40 different mining equities, as well as some of the most popular precious metal ETFs, including the GDX and the SLV. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report that will help you take advantage of investment opportunities at the current historic gold price levels. To order your Gold Report today with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com or call our office directly at 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We have the Dow off 127 right now. Nasdaq's down 24. S&Ps are off 12. Apple is up 384. And Apple, even with the markets down, folks, Apple is absolutely holding up the S&P and the Nasdaq.
Yeah.
Bottom line is that, if that was given, if that was giving it up, it'd be all over. And there's some juice inside Apple. So this is going to be wild.
Yeah. So Wednesday, I've got my my course. Okay. The web webinar that we're doing from 6:30 to 7:30.
Nice.
It has spent really what I was doing this week.
It's a free webinar.
Free webinar.
Okay.
And what was interesting was on Friday's shows.
Right.
I can't recall which show it was, but I had talked about just really the 2 fears that hold people from taking action. Okay.
That's right.
And it really seemed to resonate just based on the emails that I received.
Okay.
And look, folks are absolutely afraid. When it comes to trading these markets.
Right.
Because you've got that fear of loss.
But why aren't they afraid to just turn around and hand their money over to someone else and let them do it? That's the mind blow when you think about it.
It is. What ends up happening is somehow people have convinced themselves that they are not enough.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And so you run away from that. That they don't have enough to be able to trade these markets.
Okay.
And then they buy into the belief that somebody else does.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And most of the folks, that they are turning their money over to, they're not actually even doing the trading.
No, they're not.
Okay?
Because that's right. The deal that has happened, it's always kind of been like that, but the deal in the last 3 or 4 years absolutely is that even advisors are basically giving it to traders or money managers. Well,
yes,
there's a
group of funds.
Yeah, exactly.
Is really what's happening, and so. So it really resonated, and I understand that, and that's really what the course is about, really showing folks and helping them to understand that there really are tools in place. Look, most folks would not believe that if you just simply risked 1% of your capital,
no, I like that.
that you could put together a huge return.
And head-wise, they won't get paranoid there. That's what's really cool about that.
Well, totally frees you up.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And it doesn't matter whose trading system, because this works for Tom's, it works for Basil's, it works for Larry's, David's, myself, Ken's, and so they want to, attend from that standpoint. Even from the standpoint of, even if they're just sitting on the fence. They really need to understand the information that I'm going to provide to them. So, and we've got a great, luckily we can still have more people into the room. We've had great turnout, if you will, folks that have signed up for it.
Yes.
But this is really about being able to empower someone to help them get over those fears.
Nice. So it's Wednesday, folks, 6:30, 7:30.
Yeah.
You can sign up right in the front page of TFNN. It's free. And if you haven't been to one of Steve's workshops, folks, they're incredible, period. I mean, they absolutely are incredible. No, they are. They're really cool. And indeed, what's interesting, folks, is that the aspect of empowering yourself and then keeping the other side of it, particularly, under control, and that's what you learn, and that's when you trust yourself more. You know what? Just in life in general.
No, exactly.
Trusting yourself is the name of the game.
Yeah.
It absolutely is the name of the game, because that's the only thing we really know. I mean, think about it. I can speculate everything about you, okay?
Absolutely.
But what I do know is me.
That's right. No, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Part of this is really learning also how to fail successfully.
Yeah, big time.
Which is a part of really trading and just a part of life.
I like that part of the deal. Yeah,
and in essence, when you really understand the system, you understand that you're gonna be successful. You're gonna win each time, even if it's losing trade, because it's just simply a part of the distribution of wins and losses.
And that's it. So, it's not a right or wrong. That's the way it is. That is math.
Then you start doing that, and you start seeing the 1%, and it helps you during the times when you're dealing with the fear and greed in the marketplace.
Oh yeah.
And it makes it easy just simply to fire away.
No, it absolutely does. Because you know that you'll basically get out when you're supposed to get out, get in when you're supposed to get in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of the high-volume stocks out here, Halliburton's down $2.70. You got Apple up $4. We got Kinder Morgan up $2.56. They're taking over El Paso. That's up $4.61. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you know, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching it a month now, and it's just wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow down 140, NASDAQ off 24, S&Ps are off 14. We got gold flat, silver's down 14, platinum's up 7, bonds are up 27, and King Dollar, folks, has just taken out a B point of a small ABC structure on the way up with volume. So King Dollar can get up to 77.65 in about a heartbeat right now. And, of course,
that'll put some pressure.
That'll put some big pressure on the market, no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing some pressure here in the small caps.
Yeah. Well, you know, you get a double banger on the small caps because what you have is that with the dollar going up, you get the commodities, a lot of the commodity stocks are in the small caps.
Yeah.
That crushes that, of course, and as, you know, if we look at these commodities right now, you get you get coffee down 4%, we get cocoa down a 1.5%, gas is off 1.5%, cotton is down 0.8, soybeans are down 0.7.
Yeah,
you know, it's not that bad out there actually, but the only thing that's up is you get nickel up 2%.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's going to be problematic. Let's go to Mark in Nashville. Hey, Mark, what's going on?
There was 2 Lowe's shut down this morning in New Hampshire, and the employees showed up. This is what I hear from another guy that's out there. And they basically shut down the Manchester operation.
Okay.
And the Hooksett operation, and the employees showed up, and everything was locked out.
So this morning, I guess the Lowe's. Let me see how many stores they're closing. I'm not
really?
sure.
I didn't hear that.
They're closing. They're closing 20 stores, affecting 1,900 employees. Now, what gets interesting here is that, you know, you guys up in New Hampshire, I mean, I was just in Boston over the weekend. It's not like, you know, the real estate up there is strong, man. That's kind of interesting.
It is. It's really strong. I mean, there was a bidding war across the street from me on a house. They put it at $829, and it sold for $849 in about 5 hours.
Yeah. You know, and folks, if you're listening to this across the country, I know you're probably scratching your head and saying, what are you talking about? But I'm telling you, you should see the Boston. Well, first off, just to give you a perspective where Nashville is, you know, in different states, when you're in Boston, folks, you can be in Nashville, New Hampshire in 35 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So, you know, you might be in New Hampshire, but Nashville is like it's like a suburb now, Mark, right? I mean, it really is.
Yeah, totally.
You know, and then you get the 495 belt, which is actually closer to Nashville than it is to Boston. I mean, they got some stuff happening. I mean, it's vibrant up there, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's crazy? Let me tell you, you know what's crazy? When I look at value, it's absolutely sick. I mean, I look at the value up there, then I say, oh, my God. I got to get all you guys to start coming and investing down here because I'm telling you, you know, well, you know, you had a place in Terra Verde. I mean, it's absolutely sick.
Yeah,
they have a closet up there, and I can put them in a mansion down here.
Yeah, right. Oh, absolutely.
It's sick.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Tom, the bottom line is, you know, there's so much cheap real estate up here. I mean, an acre and a half you can get for $25,000, $30,000 in the richest towns in the state.
Oh, can you? Okay, but now you're going to build it. Now you're going to build it, right?
I'm a developer, so
right.
I see things that happen in the future, right?
That's nice.
Land,
yeah.
Change your gold into land.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
I absolutely agree, man. That's where my head's at in a big way. In a big way, because
it's a simple trade. You can't get out of it quick enough. It's just you can't day trade it. It's the best trade of the life.
No, and you don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
You don't have to, man. So that's a shame. That's going to be a lot of people, man. That's a lot of people out of
was that announced this morning?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. So
yeah.
Can you take a look at Lowe's stock and see what's that? Did that bring the stock up or what?
Let's take a look. Right now you got. So, if we take a look at the low of Lowe's this year is 18, the high is 27, the PE's 13, and. Bring this back a bit. So bring it back to 08. Put it on a weekly. Yeah, I know it's going lower. I mean, it's up 32 cents right now, but this wants to go test out those lows of $18, and you're already back. This is back. This is right into the 09. This is another indication that that's where this whole market's going. Right. I mean, it's right into the whole 09 deal. And it's not done yet. I mean, this thing wants to get out and probably test $15. Now the difference, this is where this gets really intriguing to me, is that Angie's into interior decorating in a huge way, right? Mm-hmm. And that's where they like Lowe's versus
Home Depot.
Yeah, because of the different color coordinate.
Yeah.
And it's a different setup. Yeah. And I really don't know. I mean, I go up there, but I really don't know what the difference is. But it's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out going forward. You know what I'm saying? And what very well could be happening is that the more that people start understanding where you can get everything else, meaning that maybe she can get on Oscar later, can she get other stuff that she was getting at Lowe's somewhere else? You know what I mean? Right. Versus just hardcore building at Home Depot.
Right.
So.
Well, here's my take, Tom. I pay more at smaller places purposefully so I can stimulate the economy. I know awesome. These people are spending their money.
Yeah.
They're good people. They're taking care of orphans and widows.
No, that's awesome, man. Now that's where it's at.
Simplest approach in life.
No, that's where it's at. There's no doubt about it, man. I mean, there's plenty of local places that you can get, and you're not going to kill yourself. When you're saying you're spending more, and I understand that, but it's not going to be a breaker that you won't get a job in the future, meaning, bidding for another job, Because the key is, this goes back to that whole Henry Ford deal. Yeah. That if you can keep the money in the community, and you can make people money, well, everyone's going to have more money.
For sure.
There's no two ways about that. And it's real.
Yeah, and I think we've got a book deal to help.
Oh, we do.
Right? We got a book deal to help.
That's right, folks. We extended that. We extended that to the end of the month. At Barnes and Noble,
which is cool because that's working. Because we're watching books fly out.
It's huge. It's huge, and it is really cool. Because what ends up happening is that, and I appreciate all you tigers and tigresses going out there getting the book, because you are going into the community, you're spending money. We've talked to John, in particular, has talked to the managers of these bookstores, right? And they're elated. They just can't even believe it themselves. They're saying that, the people are walking in. Some of them knew what was going on. Others didn't. As soon as we told them what was going on, they were behind it in a huge way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, because we're driving people into there. Yeah. I mean, that's, and you can run those big brick and mortar places. You've got to be, worried about your job, if you will, especially when even though competitors are closing.
Oh, they're worried in a big way.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's happened? You know what's really weird here? Is that, picture this, we're sending them to Barnes & Noble, we'll deal with any bookstore that you have that you don't have Barnes & Noble, but Barnes & Noble really now is like the small bookstore, because they're like the local bookstore.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Cooking, brother.
So let's take, Tom, it's all about faith, not about fear.
That's right, brother. It's a beautiful thing.
It sure is.
You stay right there, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, we're coming right back. We have the Dow right now down 153, Nasdaq up 29, S&P's off 15, gold down $1.40.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before October 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, the Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you only have until October 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Go long, America! Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system. Before October 31st, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow down 148, NASDAQ off 30, S&P's off 15. And, of course, we get a great lineup for you today, folks. After Steve and I, we're going to go up to Newton, Mass. We get our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, from 11 to 12 Eastern Time. Then we're going to Tucson, Arizona. Our man, Mr. Larry Pesavento, 12 to 1. We're coming back to Tampa. David White, 3 to 4. And then we'll kick it off, end it off with 4 to 6 this afternoon.
Larry might be in Europe.
What?
I think Larry might be in Europe.
Oh, perfect. That's even better.
I'm not certain, but I thought he was traveling.
Right, that's right, so you're right. So the greatest thing is, it doesn't matter where Larry is, okay? That's right. Larry is on, period. Yeah. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing.
No,
okay?
It's really cool.
And when you think about just, it's beautiful. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It really is.
Yeah.
You know, Larry in himself Larry is the technology.
Yeah, no question. Yeah,
it's amazing. It's really amazing. It's just crazy. Yeah, that's good though. We'll be able to get a feeling of if he's in Europe, what's going on in Europe. Because Merkel, if you're wondering why the market's coming back, it had no juice on the way up and wants to go down. But the fundamental reason is that Merkel's chief of staff came out this morning, folks, when this thing started going south, and told all the rest of the nations that, hey, listen, if you think, well, here, I'll give you the exact quote. This is the exact quote. So the exact quote, Germany said European Union leaders won't provide the complete fix to the euro debt crisis that global policymakers are pushing for at an October 23rd summit. German Chancellor Merkel has made it clear the dreams that are taking hold now, that this package, everything will be solved and everything will be over Monday, will not be fulfilled. Her chief of staff came out in a speech in Berlin today, and that's so you can blame it on the Germans.
No, look, and I think you're right. It's not going to be October 23rd. It's going to be October 26th.
I know.
Right?
I know.
We're going to hold off for a few days.
So watch this. This is how crazy this could get, folks, okay? Think about this. So October 26th, the big date. Now, going up to it, they're probably going to be challenging that whole deal, saying, no, they will do it, they will do it.
Right.
And then what will end up happening is that they won't do it, and the market will say, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, the market will continue.
Boom.
And then eventually they'll cave and
they'll cave as soon as the market goes down 500 points in about four hours.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like, uh-oh, what happened here?
Yeah.
There's no responsibility. That's the real bottom line. And, you know, what they do have, folks, is those pictures. You get a bureaucracy that's scrambling. They've allowed, the regulators, the bureaucracy has allowed the banks to absolutely be broke and be in business. And they can't scramble enough. That's the issue. That's why it can't get fixed right now, folks. Because if the haircut is 50% on the Greek bonds, they're all bankrupt.
Right.
And the haircut should be more than 50%. But they won't allow it to happen. Well, they can't allow it to happen. Or they can. You know, but they don't want it.
That's one of those things where, you know, I mean, if they just really address the problem, finalize it, it's probably better off.
Oh, listen, it's absolutely better off.
But but look, it is a big problem, and it's a hard problem to just totally get your entire head wrapped around it when you just consider all of the nations and all of the debt that everybody's got out there.
That's right.
And you get way bigger things than Greece.
And what the problem is that once, and we've already done that, once you absolutely fudge the numbers and say that no, we're not going to let one person do it.
Yeah.
Then it's a snowball.
Right. Yeah.
And it absolutely is a snowball and saying, okay, well, when are we going to do it? Well, you know, that is the billion-dollar, trillion-dollar question.
No, it is.
You know, so is it going to be done by force? My take is that yes, it's going to be done by force. And what that means specifically, folks, is that the market will do it. Because the politicians have no guts anyway. So it's going to be the market that does it.
But the real key, the real key, that's right. And no matter what, we can help you make money.
No, big time.
So,
big time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's right. You stay right there, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Don't forget about Steve's workshop, folks. Wednesday, 6:30, 7:30, absolutely free. You stay right there. Basil Chapman's coming right up.
Absolutely. See you in the morning, folks.